One moment before this video starts, I want to let you all know that on Sunday, the 10th of August, the charity match is coming back. We know we lost last year, but a shot at revenge is coming. It's obviously the last ditch against the Blue Army podcast. This year we're having it at Guildford Park, as I've already said, on the 10th of August. Tickets are on sale now. I'll put the link in the bio, £5 a ticket, and this is all in aid of Eden Mind. A really good cause, and it was a load of fun last year, so a really big success. We raised well over £1,000 for a fantastic charity, please buy a ticket in the link below, and if you can't make it, there will also be a Just Giving page for the event in the description as well. So thank you so much. Into the video. Hello and welcome to Blue Army TV. It's been a while, hasn't it? My last video I think was when Mark Hughes was permanently appointed as Carlisle manager. A lot's changed since then. A lot of signings have come in, a lot of players have gone out. Are we going to talk about any of that today? Absolutely not, no. If you want to hear more on the more serious side of the summer business that's been going on, I'd recommend listening to the Blue Army podcast, a podcast I'm a part of over on Spotify. So if you want a bit more in-depth knowledge on in-depth analysis on what's happened this summer, I'd recommend going and checking that out. But today I'm going to be doing the video that usually starts off my season as kind of a content creator. It's always the thing that you have a break over the summer and you come back with this one. It has been for years, and I always love doing this video, and it's the kit review, as the title and thumbnail will suggest. A lot to talk about this time. This year, for the first year in about 4 or 5 years, I think I've managed to get all 4 kits. Usually I just get the home and away shirts. This time I like the pink shirt, so I decided to get that one as well, and then somebody gifted me the home goalkeeping shirt for my birthday, so we've got, for this year's kit review, we've got all 4 to talk about, and what a pleasure it is. I'm obviously wearing the pink one. The home goalkeeper top is there, home outfield player shirt is there, and obviously the away kit over in the corner there. In my opinion, my overall kind of statement on this would be, I like them. I think they're all fantastic shirts. Goalkeeping tops, they do their job, don't they? They're bright, as they're supposed to be. Pink, yellow, probably the 2 most stereotypical goalkeeping shirts. Colours. I like the design on them. If you can see on the home top that they're similar designs on both shirts, one just with a bit more pink. It's a weird kind of hippie-ish kind of design. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. It's a different kind of take on the usual plain yellow or plain pink or plain orange goalkeeping shirt. The patterns on it makes it look a bit funky. I think it makes it look a bit summery. I really like them as kind of like a summer shirt that you wear out with shorts when you're out and about in the sun. I'd definitely say the pink one is my favourite of the 2 goalkeeping shirts. Like I said, this is the one I didn't intend on buying that one really, but the pink one I really like. It is, it's an odd one, but I like the design of those 2 shirts. And then we come to the home shirts. Now, I like the shirts. I really like the shirts. However, I will say that the home shirt, it's a fantastic shirt, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't come across as a Carlisle shirt. I don't know if there's too much red, and that's what a lot of people have said, that there's a bit too much red on the shirt. But again, we've had red on shirts before, maybe not that much. It almost feels like it's a tricolour shirt. It's not a blue shirt. Carlisle shirts should always be blue, and I know it's a take on the famous deck chair, and I've worn my deck chair shirt in more than my fair share of these videos. I really love the deck chair design, not just for the history, but I think it gives a kind of summery look. That shirt, in modern day sizes, I'm an XL, but I got that one, second hand, obviously getting an XL, thinking that it would still be my size, but back in the day, sizes were obviously a lot different. So for me, it's this really nice shirt that I've got that's just far too big for me, really baggy, and again, it makes for a great summer shirt. But it's. I always think, do what you want with the away shirt. Be as funky and be as creative as you want, but there's a certain history and a certain respect for the club you've got to have with the home shirt, which I think this shirt is very on the edge. You know, it's on thin ice, I think. It just about falls into the category of a Carlisle home shirt, in my opinion. And if I was to redo this, I would do it with... I'd maybe do it just without the red at all. Keep it with, you know, almost a blue and white stripes. But even then, we haven't really been a kind of vertical stripes kind of club at all. I'd almost be tempted just to say go basic, go with a you know, blank blue shirt. Don't be too creative with the home shirt. And then, if you want to do a deck chair, you know, tribute with the away shirt, then do that. Or if you want to do the away shirt, which I'll talk about in a moment, you know, do something with that. But look, it's a really nice shirt. I'm not going to deny that. I really like it, and I'm going to be wearing it a lot. But it feels almost like, not even an away shirt, it feels like you would have the blank blue shirt, you'd have that away shirt, and then you'd have that as like a third kit. It feels like a Carlisle third shirt for me, the home top this year. And obviously, I'll get used to it. And as we say every year, and you know, shirts are great, not for the design, but for the memories you make in them. If we have a fantastic season, we go up as champions, that shirt's going to be fantastic. If we have a dull, miserable season, finish mid-table or lower, God forbid, then no one's going to like that shirt in a couple of years' time, or even next season. But yeah, I like it. But my kind of big issue with the shirts isn't the design themselves. It isn't the colours or the patterns or anything like that. It's the, once again, and it's been on not even a steady decline, but I think even after the last Umbro shirt we had, I think it was which shirt was it? It was the Hallam Hope season, the one before the V-neck. It had like a red collar. The decline in just the quality of the shirt after that season, it literally dropped off a cliff. And I don't even think that's Carlisle specific. I think it's just football shirts. But look, I mean, even the shirt I'm wearing now at the minute, it's a stuck-on badge, and already the red around that badge is starting to peel off. I've only had it for a week, and it's peeling. Look, I don't know if you can see that much in the camera, but the red along the badge is peeling off. It's already coming off. And for the prices going up to, I think it was 48 if you don't have a season ticket. If you're paying £48 for a shirt, you want a good quality shirt. And I always compare it, because I own a lot of kind of retro Carlisle shirts. And yes, times have changed. And yes, you know, it's more, to be honest, probably the producers of the shirt than the club itself. But just the quality in the material is just absolutely night and day. And the prices are absolutely night and day. It just seems like the prices have shot up and the quality of shirts has just shot right down. And just, it's little things, you know, have an embroidered badge. Because these things they just don't feel proper. It doesn't feel like an official shirt. It feels like, you know how, you know, people who maybe couldn't afford to get the proper shirt back in the day, or with these Premier League clubs you see a lot, will get like a knockoff from, you know, some country online for about a tenner. It feels like one of those, because the quality of the shirts always kind of feels like those after that kind of Umbro season. And we're back to Umbro, and they've obviously fell under the same kind of persuasion. Is it a matter of, if they didn't do that, they would have to charge far too much? I don't know, but it just seems like a little thing, an embroidered badge. And the material, it feels thinner, it feels cheaper, and it is. You know, go back and just feel like the deck chair shirt season or anything like that. And I still wear that deck chair shirt. The writing is pristine, the badge is still on, and this one, a week old, the badge is already coming off on the shirt. You know, like, they're not built to last. And I don't know if that's maybe because you've got to have a new shirt every season now, whereas back in the day, one shirt would maybe last you 2 or 3 years. But like, I think the overall sentiment of this video is going to come down to designs I like, quality of shirt I really don't like, price of the shirt I really don't like. And look, I know it's rich me saying I don't like the price after I've just bought 4 of them, but I'm not just speaking for me, I'm speaking for kind of, you know, everybody who's going to want to wear these shirts, and it'll be a social thing in Carlisle. You know, people will be kind of expected to, Carlisle fans will be expected to buy the new shirt, and especially for the younger fans. I feel like those still in school, especially in and around Carlisle. You kind of 10 till about 14, 15-year-old kind of fans, where it's almost like a social pressure thing for you to have the newest up-to-date football shirt for the team you support. That if you're gonna fork out 48 quid, which is a lot of money for a lot of people, at least give them a shirt that's worth buying, not just this cheap tat with stuck-on badges. And there's another point I want to make on the home shirt. I'll try and flip it around real quickly. And it's this kind of the design. I'll come over here for a moment to try and move my mic. It's the back of the shirt I really don't like, and it's just the home shirt that this really kind of bugs me. It's the fact that and look, I know they've done this to kind of. Let's go back anymore. Yeah, I know they've done this to kind of appeal to National League rules, but it's the way the stripes just stop, and it's this weird blank blue back. I'll move back over now, but it's this weird kind of pattern that just stops so abruptly, and it almost leaves this massive blue block on the back of the shirt, which just doesn't look great. It would look alright if you had a player's name on the back, which if we had a squad that people had any kind of connection with, or any kind of quality in, like if a player like Mellish was still here, you could almost argue Breeze, but you're not going to get Breeze on the back of an outfield shirt. If there was any players kind of left at the club where the fans had some kind of an emotional connection with it, maybe it wouldn't be so bad, because you'd just get that player on the back of that shirt. And that would almost hide the giant blue block on the back of the shirt. But it just feels like, and Tops in the past have done this, striped shirts, we haven't had many, but if you look at other clubs, you can have the name and number over the back of stripes. There doesn't have to be a giant block, and that's maybe different in the National League, but at the very least, do that for the player shirts, because the vast majority of people who buy the replica shirts aren't gonna have a name and number on the back, so for those people, just release a separate shirt where the stripes go all the way up on the back. Just, it's simple things like that. Just let the stripes just let them happen, offer it. So, if you want to get a player's name and number on the back, you can have one of these, or have it over the stripes, or just release a shirt exactly the same as this, where the stripes go all the way up at the back, because it just looks really weird without it. I'll turn this around now. But yeah, overall, I think a nice touch is the I'll move back over again, is the foxes on the red stripes, kind of a little like niche touch with the old badge there. But yeah, it's just great the new kit's coming out, isn't it? And as much as I complain about the quality, I don't blame the club for that. I almost blame the way of the world at the minute, and the way that kind of football and these clubs are going more than anything. But because it's definitely a manufacturing thing and not a kind of club thing. It'll be the same with most. I keep going to say League 1 and 2 clubs, but we're not even that anymore. We're a National League club. But if we're going to charge that much money, let's at least give people a shirt they can wear, the one that isn't just going to fall to bits in a couple of weeks. But it's going to be really good. I love when the shirts have first come out. The first friendlies tomorrow. It's an absolute farce that there's going to be no friendlies at home, and it's because of that incredibly bad decision to have that music festival or music weekender or whatever you want to call it. That was a massive letdown from the club. Not only with the decision that we're now not going to have the pitch ready for the first game of the season, but also because it turned out to be a massive failure as well. And look, maybe it's going to be something to build on next year that they keep going back with. But, I mean, I think the club should get fined for that. And I know that's not something I should be asking for a fan, but surely you can't have... Imagine if every club did that. Oh, yeah, sorry, we can't have the first game of the season at home. Imagine every club did that. Well, you literally couldn't, could you? But it's just like... Surely that's not something that we should be able to dictate to the league. I think that's honestly, I find it really kind of disgusting that that's been allowed to happen. It means that something that gets the fans more into the team in the lead up to the season. It isn't going to happen with home friendlies, and it just seems like another poor decision from the ownership to have that kind of concert at Brunton Park that has ultimately led to the fact that we're now not going to have any home friendlies. We're not going to get to see this kit till the official start of the new season. You know, we've got Motherwell tomorrow when this video's going out, that is going to be behind closed doors. The rest are going to be away from home. But yeah, it's you know, that's obviously going to hinder the kind of excitement for the start of the season. But, you know, you've got the shirt release, that always picks up a bit of excitement. Fixture release date, whenever that happens. Let's just look forward to the new season, eh? Let's wear our terribly produced shirts, our Carlisle third kit over there, and let's just try and make this season a good one, a memorable one. Let's get behind the players to start with. Let's get behind the manager to start with. And let's get ourselves out of this league, because, you know, these kits have got me kind of excited, as poor quality as they are. But yeah, please let me know what you think about the new kits in the comments. It's always a nice little video to start the season with. I always look forward to doing the kit review videos, because it's always just fun going and having those shirts to, you know, I'm a massive collector. Just behind the camera there is a big kind of rack of old shirts, Carlisle, and other clubs as well. You know, I'm a bit of a collector, so I always look forward to this time of season. But yeah, please let me know what you think in the comments. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and welcome back, and in a bit.